Yesterday in science we talked about how mammals have to adapt. Now today we're going to learn how birds have to adapt also. Many birds are adapted to fly. Wings and feathers help birds fly. This nightjar, which is very, very hard to see, this is a nightjar right here, lives in fields. The feathers, or its feathers, look like the ground. So right there, this bird's feathers have adapted to help it blend in. And who remembers that word we learned yesterday when something blends into its environment?
I said it before.
John?
Camouflage.
Camouflage. Good.
My dad brother's one.
Good. So this bird has camouflage. It's camouflage. Its wings and feathers match the ground. This camouflage helps the bird hide from animals that might eat it. So that is why it is camouflage. It doesn't want to get eaten by the predators. Now down here, this is it is a hummingbird, and a hummingbird's beak is adapted. A hummingbird uses its beak to drink liquid from flowers. Now, yesterday,
we're talking about hibernation.
Well, yesterday we listened to the fable, the crane and the
turtle.
Fox, right? And the crane, remember, it could not drink out of that vase because of its what? So the crane's beak and the hummingbird's beak is very long and narrow, and the reason why it's long and narrow is because
they need
it. The bird. This bird needs to get the nectar out of flowers. Now, do you think a crane eats out of flowers?
No.
What do you think a crane might eat?
Fish.
Fish. Why? Why would a crane eat long-necked fish? To catch the fish. Because sometimes the fish are swimming under the water, and they might need a long neck, or not neck, I'm sorry, a long beak to get down under that water and to catch the fish.
Just gliding and...
Right, exactly.
Now, what are the fish with the big beaks?
Now, a seagull, is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, like the ones that have big jaws.
Why do you think they need that?
Because they can just go in the water kind of right up top, and then they can catch them.
Yeah, and they scoop.
The water.
They scoop up the water and they catch sometimes one fish, sometimes more than one fish. So they need to keep.
And then they drain the water.
Later, I'm teaching right now. So that bird can scoop up and get the fish. So that's why it has that big, like Addie said, a big beak with like it looks like a big pouch or something, like connected to its beak. Ellie.
Some animals have a big beak. They need it to like glide. So then they can like
Did you kind of forget?
like it goes down your yeah.
To do what? I didn't quite catch
Go
it.
down the throat.
To go down the throat. Yep. Now, Louis, you mentioned another kind of bird that has a special beak. It was a woodpecker. Louis, why does a woodpecker have a short, strong beak? Why does it peck at the wood? You're right.
Chinese food.
Yeah, what kind of food? What's in the wood that they...
Worms and everything.
Maybe ants?
Yeah.
Ants and insects? Yes. So a woodpecker has a short but very strong beak because it has to peck at that wood and get its food. It has to get its ants or its insects that it's
I
eating.
basically hear them every single day.
Okay, Brooklyn?
I have two things. Hummingbirds are my social spirit.
you have your animal experience. My dad has it on his phone. So mine is a hummingbird, and my sister is a snake, and my dad is a coyote, and my stepmom is a lizard. You know, what are those little things? Geckos. No, they're butterflies.
Dragonflies?
Dragonflies. There's a thing.
Last
At
thing.
my grandpa's, there's one thing that looks like this, but it's not like, doesn't have wings or anything. It kind of does. It's like a dragonfly wing, and then it has stuff over it. It's like a shell, like a turtle shell, and then it sheds.
I wonder what that means.
Like a fish?
Okay, Libby, I'll get you in a minute. Now, let's go on to this page really quickly. It says, a penguin's top feathers are waterproof. These feathers help keep the penguin dry. Tiny feathers below the top feathers trap the air. So underneath these big feathers, there is tiny feathers. And the tiny feathers help trap the air, okay, so that they can stay warm. Now, the trapped air helps keep the penguin warm. Now, penguins do not fly. Their wings are adapted for swimming. So these birds, there's two kinds of birds that don't fly. Penguins are one of them. Does anyone know what the other kind of bird that doesn't fly is? John? And we don't see them around very often. They're big, and they're probably one of the biggest birds.
Oh!
Kinsley?
They're pink.
Not a flamingo. Is that what you're thinking?
Because flamingos can
Right.
fly.
Not a flamingo, but good guess. Corla? Not a chicken.
Chickens can
Chickens
fly.
fly.
No, they can't. Not
Okay. Raylan?
Yeah, they do.
Yes, you got it. What is it?
Ostrich.
An ostrich. An ostrich is another kind of bird
We're not
that does not fly. It does not fly. Okay.
They're like from the crown to
They're very big and tall. But they do not fly. Okay.
It's like a giraffe.
Okay. Libby, I'm going to call on you, and then we're going to watch this video really quickly on birds.
What are those birds? The flamingos.
Yeah, they're birds where they eat like trees and they're like green pokey things out of it.
Orange?
Do any of the birds eat those trees to get the honey?
Yeah, get the honey out? Yes. Yep.
Walk.
Okay, here we go.
We're going to learn about our friends, the birds.
Mm.
They're so diverse, and there are so many colours and shapes. It's fun to learn about them. For example, this tiny little hummingbird doesn't look anything like this huge ostrich. And these penguins don't look much like this peacock with its large fan-shaped tail. Well, they may not look alike, but they're all birds and have many things in common. Birds are oviparous, which, as you know, means that they reproduce by laying eggs. The females lay the eggs in doesn't look anything.
Actually, we're going to stop for a minute. I explained in the next video, but we're being way too loud. Our friends that are being remote learners are not going to be able to hear it. Okay, let's try
Hello
one more time. You
everybody,
watch it
in
and
this
be quiet.
video we're going to learn about our friends, the birds. They're so diverse, and there are so many colours and shapes, it's fun to learn about them. For example, this tiny little hummingbird doesn't look anything like this huge ostrich. And these penguins don't look much like this peacock with its large fan-shaped tail. Well, they may not look alike, but they're all birds and have many things in common. Birds are oviparous, which, as you know, means that they reproduce by laying eggs. The females lay the eggs in nests, in the rocks or on the ground. and with the heat of their bodies, they incubate the eggs until the little chicks hatch. Birds don't have teeth, they have beaks or bills, and these can be very different, depending on what that species of bird feeds on. They breathe with their lungs that are connected to bags full of air called air sacs, and these help birds to fly. Also, nature, which is very clever, has made their bones hollow, so they weigh very little, and because of this, it's much easier for them to fly. The skin of birds is covered with feathers. These protect them from the cold and heat. Birds have 4 limbs. The back ones are legs, and the front ones are wings. Together, the wings and feathers are essential for them to be able to fly. And in some cases, so they can swim. Birds are terrestrial, and most of them can fly. Can you think of any birds that can't fly?
Penguin.
That's right. Penguins and ostriches are 2 species of birds that cannot fly. Birds have 4 types of feathers. Those that cover the whole body. Flight feathers in the wings that help them to fly. Down feathers, which cover the chest and belly and maintain the body at a constant temperature. And tail feathers that help guide the bird's body like a rudder on a boat. Birds can be classified into several groups according to what they eat. Herbivores feed on plants and grasses. Their beaks are short and strong and can crush seeds and grains. When they only eat grains, they're called granivores.
Okay, we're gonna stop here and we're gonna finish this